Hello, my name is Ruben Rubio. Help support my channel by visiting my website, RubenRubioTX.com, on your phone, tablet, or PC. For Facebook, go to the menu and click on the Facebook logo. On my Facebook page, click like and follow. For Instagram, go to the menu and click on the Instagram logo. On my Instagram profile, click follow. For YouTube, go to the menu and click on the YouTube logo. On my YouTube page, click subscribe and ring the bell for all notifications. For Twitch, go to the menu and click on the Twitch logo. On my Twitch page, click the heart to follow. If you have questions you'd like answered on one of our live streams or YouTube videos, go to the menu and click on Ask a Question. Fill out all the details in the form and click Submit. You can choose to be anonymous or have your first name mentioned on the video. If you'd like to schedule a phone appointment, go to the menu and click Schedule Phone Appointment. Fill out all the details and when the best time to reach you, and we will get back to you at our earliest time available. Hola, mi nombre es Ruben Rubio. Para apoyar mi canal, visite mi sitio de web RubenRubioTX.com en tu teléfono, tableta o computadora. Para Facebook, vaya al menú y haga clic en el logotipo de Facebook. En mi página de Facebook, haga clic en like y siga. Para Instagram, vaya al menú y haga clic en el logo de Instagram. En mi perfil de Instagram, haga clic en seguir. Para YouTube, vaya al menú y haga clic en el logotipo de YouTube. En mi página de YouTube, haga suscríbase y haga sonar la campana para todas las notificaciones. Para Twitch, vaya al menú y haga clic en el logotipo de Twitch. En mi página de Twitch, haga clic en el corazón para seguir. Preguntas que le gustaría responder en alguno de nuestros live streams o videos de YouTube, vaya al menú y haga clic en Ask a Question, llene todos los detalles del formulario y haga clic en enviar. Puede elegir ser anónimo o que su primer nombre se mencione en el video. Si desea programar una cita por teléfono, vaya al menú y haga clic en Schedule Phone Appointment. Llene todos los detalles y cuando es el mejor momento para llegar a usted y nos encontraremos en nuestro momento más temprano disponible. Hello, my
Welcome back to the Ruben Rubio TX live stream.
Hey, good afternoon, guys. We're back. We're live. Today I'm working out of my office. And as you can see, I have my wife and myself with me on both sides. So it's going to be an interesting program. And these last couple of weeks, we've been doing, unfortunately, quite a bit of work. And some of the problems that we've run into is that people have young children and they want to leave something behind for them, but they are not of the age of 18. In the state of Texas, you need to be older than 18 years old to receive any type of proceeds. But we have a solution for that, and that solution is called a trust for minors. This is a legal document that I take to my clients so they can have a family member or a family friend that can go ahead and sign and say, hey, you know what, I will take care of your kids or your family member until they are legal age. I ran into 3 last week, and this week I'm still picking up these forms. But it's something good to have because you never know. Unfortunately, during this time that we've been passing, quite a bit of people don't really know what to do or how to go about things. That's why it's so important to have somebody that knows what they're doing and they want to be accessible to their clients. Richard, a lot of people still ask that question. Are there any questions about that today?
Well, today we have joining us through Twitch is Mari. I'd like to welcome you to today's stream. And I guess, so basically, this is a benefit that helps leave a legacy, correct?
Yes, sir. That's one of the things. If you've seen our short videos that we've produced, there's different topics, and some of those topics you can just punch, look at it, and if you like it, just go ahead and like, and that way you have a little bit more information. As we all know, information is power, and it will help you because there's things that we need to take care of because if we don't do it, nobody else will do it for us. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. So can you explain more about this trust? Like, how does it work?
Well, exactly. This trust for minors is a benefit in which the person that's going to be in charge of your young person, they're going to be able to take whatever money has been imparted to them and wisely spend it on the person. Let's say they need clothing, they need, books, they need a computer, they need essentials, but they're not 18 yet. This form will help that person provide for them through the money that's theirs already, but they can't have full access to it. Now, as I've told the clients, and I will tell you guys, is that this money does not give permission to the caretaker or the trustee to say, hey, you know what? I need a new car to drive this person to the school. That's not what's it for. It's for the benefit of helping this person after the loved one has passed away. You know how it works, the light, the water, the gas, the rent, the mortgage, it's still working. That's why I also have other products, not just for this, but I have that mortgage cancellation that I've actually done a couple of them this week also, that in the event somebody passes away, this will go ahead and pay off their home. And they have this extra money, like I said, to be a trustee for somebody that's in need. And unfortunately, in this time of the pandemic, a lot of people are being caught off guard, and a lot of people aren't being wise. It's a simple thing of just wearing that mask and keeping 6 feet away from people, and just do what's practical. Mm-hmm.
And well, like trust, like since they're minors, is there someone that is like a caretaker, or like how does that work?
Yes. On this document that they have to sign, it's called a trust for minors beneficiary supplement, and that person has to sign their name, has to say, hey, I will take care of this person till they're of legal age. As I said, I cannot read the verbatim, the whatever is written on here, because I am not a lawyer. But you know what? This is a legal document which they can read, and they can decide how they're going to impart things to the family. As I've mentioned to other clients, is that when you're my client, I try to set up a plan to have access to different types of money with one policy. You don't need to buy a multiple amount of policies. You can do everything with one policy, in which you say, hey, you know what? So much money will be allocated for paying off the house. So much money will be allocated to pay off for education. So much money will be allocated for the continuance of regular in and out, life. Like I said, the water, the light, the gas, and as everything goes up, nothing is going down. So this is a way to be, as what I've mentioned, have a legacy for your family.
Okay, now someone would have to be entrusted since they're minors. Normally, like, who do people recommend? Would you recommend
Usually
to?
a fellow family member, somebody they can trust, mom, dad, they're a brother, a sister, unless they're in a situation where they just need to get a family friend. A family friend that will be responsible, somebody that you trust and you know that they're trustworthy. And of course, like I said, this is a legal document that they sign. And of course, there are implications if they break that trust. It's like all things, we take care of our own money. You need to take care of that money for that person like if it was your own. And of course, yeah, when they become of legal age, and then they can do what they need to do.
So, like, there's, in other words, like stipulations. They can't just, take out the money for personal stuff. It's got to be
Well,
specifically.
it has to be validated. Like I said,
Okay.
it's not like, oh, I need to buy a new car to take the child to school. That is not valid. I need to repair the house. Oh, okay, that's valid. You know how things work. The dryer, the washer, the boiler, it goes under or breaks down. And of course, this is part of regular life. This is something that you need to anticipate that things happen. And that's what we want to do. In the event of my demise, my wife, of course, knows what she's gonna do. She already has I've had told her and I've shown her, look, in the event of my demise, this is what you're going to do with the money. You're going to place it well. You're going to take care of the kids, which I only have now one left at home. He's 19 years old. He's going to college. So you know what? You need to take care of him till he gets on his feet and, he leaves the nest,
Yeah, exactly.
But at the same time, hey, you've got to take care of them because, we buy insurance because we do it out of love. We don't want them to have a hard time. I've had the misfortune of meeting so many people and they tell me, oh, Mr. Rubio, is that we never talked about this. Well, these are subjects that you need to talk about and you need to plan. And of course, sometimes it's easy to get somebody like an agent like myself and
Yeah.
sit down and explain things to you, and this is the way life works. This is the way it is, and as I've mentioned in previous programs, I've had clients, that they've had nice size policies and they have an accident and that's it. That's it. And how are the families going to deal with it? Like today's life, we have what, a two-house income, because both husband and wife have to work to pull ends meet, to be able to do things. I understand everybody wants to go on vacation, everybody wants to have a nice house, nice car. Yeah, so this is only one facet of how to prepare the family in case of the demise. As I mentioned previously, many years ago, I had a family that they had purchased a house and they did this type of benefit for themselves, and they had that mortgage cancellation, and they told their kids, hey, they had 4 kids. I said, hey, you know what? We're going to go Christmas shopping. They never came back. They on getting on the expressway, somebody just hit them and killed them. And unfortunately, there was money to pay off the house, but then they each had decided how they were going to divide that money just in case. Most people don't have a plan, and that's so bad, because irregardless of what we think, we are not eternal, and we need to be prepared for tomorrow. Are there any questions out there, or any comments?
Not at the moment, but just like to thank everyone that's here at the RubenRubioTX live stream. We're here talking about life insurance, and specifically today's topic is over trust for minors. But we want to encourage you, if you have any questions, to leave them in the comments. You can also find us across all social media: Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, as well as Instagram under RubenRubioTX. You can visit our website at RubenRubioTX.com if you want to ask a question, or if you'd like to set up an appointment, he's Ruben Rubio TX is more than glad to help you out in whatever situation, answer your questions on a more personal level. So we're talking about trust for minors. So when it's putting a trust, I'm assuming you can't just like go to a bank and withdraw money. You actually have to like maybe petition it or something, or like request it.
Yeah, there's procedures to everything, and of course, like
Okay.
I tell you, the company has set up this form. When the client signs the document, they are sent a special form that informs them how this benefit will work in the event, of course, of their demise. That way, they already have a preset of an understanding of how they can utilize the money. As I said, I am not a lawyer. I cannot go into details more than the fact that, the lawyer from our company or lawyers from our company already preset all these standards and all these issues, and they give it to the client. And that way the client, who is the beneficiary, or more exactly the trustee, has has an option to read and find out what his rights are to help out this minor, and of course not to supersede that trust, because as I said, we don't want to get nobody in trouble. We just want to do the right thing for everybody, and that's why you do this for your family, because you love them.
Now, what is considered a minor in this
Anybody
case?
under 18, anybody under 18,
Okay.
anybody under 18, or if they have a physical handicap that does not enable them to do for themselves. Somebody
Okay.
that's incapacitated in such a way that they can't make decisions for themselves anymore, or they lack the ability of making a good decision. There's people out there that they have purchased insurances, and hey, Mr. Rubio, I have $500,000 going to this child of mine. I don't want nobody to take advantage of them. Well, that's why we have the form. When of course I've got others that say, what, I can only afford to get $100,000. Hey, whatever you have that's the money that you're leaving behind. That's your legacy to help out your family member. And like I said, it's a legal document that helps them out. There are other proceeds. Like I've said, when you become one of my clients, I sit down with you and we make plans on how to do stuff. 2 weeks ago, I had a family that said, Mr. Rubio, the day I die, I want to be buried in Mexico. Okay, let's talk about that. And of course, I had to show them. And of course, when you're my client, when I go deliver your policy, I always have the proper forms and things for them to make their wishes and desires. Now, this is not a will, but this is how they want things. And then when you do that, you sign it, that becomes something that their family will have to abide to, because that's the person's final wishes. Like I said, it's not something easy to tell me, hey, I want to be buried in Mexico. Well, there's certain procedures we have to do, and there's certain things that we have to go do at the funeral homes, and there's certain things that we have to go through customs, and there's things that everything has something to do with something else. So my job is, and my experience in this, it's been going on over 30 years now, that I prepare my client for all those little nicks and knacks and questions that they have. And of course, how we are, we forget things. Now, Mr. Rubio, what are we going to do? And of course, I have to go out and pull a file and write, because I have to write down stuff, because I don't remember everything. And so, okay, this and this, and this is what we're going to do, and this is what we're going to do. Of course, the last client that I saw said, Mr. Rubio, how come my policy is going to go up? Well, because your term is up and we need to convert it, and you didn't want to spend more money back then, so now we have to spend it now, 15, 20 years afterwards.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember that, and that they tell you that. And of course, I showed them, hey, remember here? And I showed you a paper, and oh, remember you signed your name right here? So, oh, now I remember. So this is to help out the client. And, like I said, we're all human, and we forget things. And of course, like we're talking about one of the important things is that trust for minors, because what happens once your children are over 18, this form is no longer valid. We have to do new beneficiaries. We have to fix up everything and set it up a different way. That's why you have me to go by your house, and that way we fill out the appropriate forms and put everything into its right perspective.
So I guess another question I would have is, like, let's say you have multiple children, some are over 18, some are under. Is it possible to not have it split evenly, but like designate so much, like 20% to one,
Yes,
50%
sir.
to?
That's what I had just previously mentioned, that as they're coming to age, I will go by your house and we will make the changes. And of course, I have to bring new forms and say, okay, let's say Junior turned 18 or 19, and okay, he's going to get so much. The other one's getting so much. And of course, we split the money as the person desires, And of course, that's to the advantage of the children, If there's 3, 4, or 5, and unfortunately in our Hispanic community, sometimes we have more than 5 kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Especially with the COVID-19 happening,
Yeah. So, but that's good. That's good. I mean, we do the best we can. That's what's important. What's important is that your family is well taken care of, and you don't have to worry about things. And like, as I've told people, when we're there at that point that something happened, you want to have, that certain trust and that certain knowledge that I'm being taken care of. My loved one loved me enough to prepare me for this, because I will tell you, it's not always the man that passes away. Sometimes the wife passes away in life. What can we do? Life is life. And we just got to do the best we can with whatever's given to us. There's a saying, when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. That's all we can do. Are there any questions or any comments out there, Mr. Richard?
Not at the moment. Once again, I mean, we'd like to thank everyone that is here at the show at RubenRubioTX.com. We're talking about trust for minors and the process that it takes, and the important questions that surround, how do you prepare for leaving a legacy to your children that aren't of age, and who takes care of the money, like how to spend it, and some of the limitations. They can't just withdraw the money, as you said. They have to go through certain procedure that the insurance and the lawyers have already set up beforehand. And I would think it's good.
To their advantage, yeah. It's to their advantage, because you can't say, hey, you know what, everybody's been behaving, we're going to have a graduation party, let's all go to Acapulco. That is not, that's not really a need. No, and like I said, the way I set up things is that, I do a mortgage cancellation. The house is paid off, so you have one large bill that you don't have to pay anymore. You have something less to worry about. All you have to do is live life the way life is meant to be lived.
And let's say like the house is already paid off. Would that be That'd be something that can be stipulated in the will, like to divide, either give it to a child, or would that also be part of the trust? The assets?
That more is a different subject, because here we go again. These are legal things. When you have a mortgage, there's also a beneficiary. The way I set it up is that the the mortgage company gets paid off. The house is free and clear of debt. And of course, we already have somebody assigned as to being the owner. Now, you have multiple children, then that goes into a different type of problem, because it is a problem. But unless you already have something designated beforehand, it won't be a problem. That's why it is so important to just sit down with me and talk with me, and I'll explain things to you, how they work. And we got to write this way, and we got to write it the other way, and we got to sign it this way. And because like I said, most of the times I insure both husband and wife, And of course, if the husband dies, the wife is the first beneficiary. But if the wife passes away, the husband's the first beneficiary. What if both of them does? Then we still have a third contingent. And then of course, what happens if it's just the kids? We have a contingency for that. Everything has to be synchronized in a way that there's no loopholes, there's no legal problems, because believe me, that's the last thing you want, is to go to court because of somebody passed away and didn't leave a will.
Very interesting. I guess that's one of the good things about going with you, because you don't just sell a policy and that's it. You try to see all the other possible outcomes that can happen and try to help the client in any way possible to make sure everything's set.
Yes, sir. Because I that's what I do. Most of the time people call me, "Hey, Mr. Rubio, there was a change. When my child married, you know what? I'm mad at this one. I'm not leaving him anything. No. What can I do? All I can do is follow whatever the client wants. And of course, you know how it is. Life is that way. And you just roll with the punches. You do the best you can.
Yes. And like, how far in advance can you actually set these things up?
Upon the moment of sale, when you're purchasing the policy, when you're deciding who you're going to have and forward the information to the company, I take care of all of that. But I've had instances that they have had the policy for a couple of years and they'd call me back and say, "Mr. Rubio, I think we're ready to do what you were telling us." And they say, "Oh, thank God," because I don't want problems with the children. I tell them, "Okay, we've already designated this way," and we write everything down, and I submit everything to the company, and of course the company sends back everything that they've already desired. This way they're covered and I'm covered, because I don't want to be out there exposing the family to something. Inclusively, I've had instances where the children come and tell me, "Hey, you didn't sell my mom and dad enough insurance." And I said, "Oh, guess what?" I pick up my little folder when I said, "Hey, look, your mom and dad signed this paper saying we understand that this is not enough coverage. Please disregard any legal implications against Mr. Rubio, because this is what we decided." And that's how I handle that thing.
Yeah, once it's on paper, it's almost like written in stone.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is, sir. Yes, it is.
Yeah. And then you're saying, like, as changes come by, they can always modify it. Like, if they have another child, unexpectedly, they could add the child to the trust.
Oh, yeah, because there's surprises all the time,
Yeah.
There's surprises all the time. I come by the house and they say, "Mr. Rio, we need to make changes." Sure, I'll go by. And of course, "Oh my God, how did this happen? Oh, wait a minute, I know how this happened. Let's go ahead and start signing papers,
So, once again, we'd like to thank everyone for being with us today on RubenRubioTX live stream. You can find us across all social medias, Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, at RubenRubioTX. You can also visit our website, RubenRubioTX.com. If you have any questions, you can submit them there for a future show or a future video. You can also set up an appointment with Mr. RubenRubioTX. He'll be glad to assist you. And just to recap, today we're talking about trust for minors and setting up a fund that will help support the child until they're an adult, and as long as they're capable to and responsible, they'll be able to access the fund once they become of age, which is usually 18 in most places. Anything else you'd like to add to that?
No, not much. But as Mr. Richard said, if you have any questions, go ahead and look me up. If you like our program, say like and ask those questions, and I'll be there to give you a hand. Most people don't want me to go by their home, so we can do it remotely. We're getting there. I'm getting there technically.
Modern technology is great. Yeah. So I guess you want to go ahead and wrap up the show?
Yes, sir. And if, like I said, anything you have or you need, just go ahead and give us a call at RubenTX, and we're there for you. RubenRubioTX. Thank you. Thank you,
Yes,
Mr. Richard.
and make sure, like you said, like, subscribe on YouTube, as well as follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitch. Make sure you leave your comment. Let us know what you thought. If you have any questions, leave them there in the comment section. If you have any topics you'd like us to discuss, or you get some better clarification, you can always leave them in the comments, or also go to our website, RubenRubioTX.com, and leave them there, and we'll make sure to answer your questions in a timely manner, and maybe even host it on one of our live shows. I'd like to thank you for joining us here on Tuesday. We normally here at 3 o'clock Central Standard Time, and we'll be here next week, and we may even have a surprise show, so make sure you're following us across Facebook and Twitch and YouTube and Instagram, so you can stay up to date with the latest stuff. And like I said, visit our website, RubenRubioTX.com, to schedule your appointment, have a one-on-one conversation with Ruben Rubio to discuss how to leave a legacy for your family.
Yes, sir. And of course, one friendly reminder, se habla español también.
Ah, sí, eso sí.
Se habla español.
And we're here in Texas, so thank you. Y'all have a good day, and God bless.
God bless.
Hello, my name is Ruben Rubio. Help support my channel by visiting my website, RubenRubioTX.com, on your phone, tablet, or PC. For Facebook, go to the menu and click on the Facebook logo. On my Facebook page, click like and follow. For Instagram, go to the menu and click on the Instagram logo. On my Instagram profile, click follow. For YouTube, go to the menu and click on the YouTube logo. On my YouTube page, click subscribe and ring the bell for all notifications. For Twitch, go to the menu and click on the Twitch logo. On my Twitch page, click the heart to follow. If you have questions you'd like answered on one of our live streams or YouTube videos, go to the menu and click on Ask a Question. Fill out all the details in the form and click Submit. You can choose to be anonymous or have your first name mentioned on the video. If you'd like to schedule a phone appointment, go to the menu and click Schedule Phone Appointment. Fill out all the details and when the best time to reach you, and we will get back to you at our earliest time available. Hola, mi nombre es Rubén Rubio. Para apoyar mi canal, visite mi sitio de web RubenRubioTX.com en tu teléfono, tableta o computadora. Para Facebook, vaya al menú y haga clic en el logotipo de Facebook. En mi página de Facebook, haga clic en like y siga. Para Instagram, vaya al menú y haga clic en el logo de Instagram. En mi perfil de Instagram, haga clic en seguir. Para YouTube, vaya al menú y haga clic en el logotipo de YouTube. En mi página de YouTube, haga clic en suscríbase y haga sonar la campana para todas las notificaciones. Para Twitch, vaya al menú y haga clic en el logotipo de Twitch. En mi página de Twitch, haga clic en el corazón para seguir. Si tienes preguntas que le gustaría responder en alguno de nuestros live streams o videos de YouTube, vaya al menú y haga clic en Ask a Question, llene todos los detalles del formulario y haga clic en enviar, puede elegir ser anónimo o que su primer nombre se mencione en el video. Si desea programar una cita por teléfono, vaya al menú y haga clic en Schedule Phone Appointment. Llene todos los detalles y cuando es el mejor momento para llegar a usted y nos encontraremos en nuestro momento más temprano disponible. Hello, my name is Ruben Rubio.